What's up, Internet? It is Skinny at Coboug Nissan. It is a winter day, and this 2018 Nissan Murano Platinum is winter ready with alloy wheels, winter tires, and another set of the Platinum alloy wheels with all-season tires. This is a fantastic find. Let's go have a look. All right, let's jump right into this 2018 Nissan Murano Platinum. An absolutely incredible find. This thing is winter ready, and let's get it warmed up because it does feature a remote starter. And I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty darn cold out. So this might be a little bit quicker video on the outside, and I'll talk about some features when we get to the inside of the vehicle. But let's start right off by looking at this. Check this out. This one features these beautiful alloy wheels with winter tires on it. We've got some Bridgestone winter tires. They're brand new. Look at the tread on those, but look at the wheels. I mean, I would rock these wheels on the car in the summertime, but the previous owner bought these and put them on the car for the winter tires, which, quite frankly, I like that idea because when you're driving a Platinum Murano, you don't want to be driving with those ugly black steel wheels. Blah! This is the way to ride. Man, does it look good. So the Nissan Murano features a 3.5 liter V6 engine, tons of horsepower, but amazing fuel economy, thanks in part to that CV2 transmission, which really brings down those engine RPMs when you're cruising around on city and highway conditions. Now, if this is your first time looking at a Murano, I'm gonna pause right here and tell you, go get a coffee because this is gonna be a long video. There's a lot to talk about, a ton of features on this, and the 18 is just, whew, it's lights out. So I'll give you 2 seconds. 1, 2, okay, you've probably paused and come back, great. So let's talk about some of the advanced safety features that are on the Murano. And the reason why I'm backing up is I want to talk about the forward emergency braking. And to kind of give you a visual, let's pretend that you're on the highway and this is the Murano and you're driving, great. And there's traffic, over here, and you're on the 401, and all of a sudden that traffic starts slowing down, but you're on your radio, not your cell phone, because you can't do that. You're at the radio and you're changing the station or something. Well, there's a radar box right here in the front of the bumper, and it's measuring from here to the traffic in front of you. And whenever that traffic starts getting a little too close, the Murano is actually going to apply the brakes to make sure that that distance opens up. And if it's approaching too quick, the Murano can actually come to a complete stop, hence the forward emergency braking, hopefully avoiding a collision in front. I say hopefully because nothing's perfect. There are conditions, snow, etc., that can obviously affect that, but the forward emergency braking will either avoid the collision or at least reduce the collision in front. So that is a great safety feature to have. That's probably one of the best new safety features, I would say, honestly, in like 5 years, or since stability control came out. I would say that's the best safety feature they come out with. So this Murano does feature it, and it's absolutely fantastic to have. Hopefully you never use it, but if you do, it's there. Now, as we continue along, there are a couple other safety features which I'll mention when we get inside the car because it's cold, guys, so I'm going to keep walking around. So you can see this one's finished in a beautiful gun metallic. It does have that beautiful floating roof design. You can see the roof here, the gray stops. It has that black spoiler, and it gives that roof kind of a floating look. A lot of companies are stealing that design. Lexus. They're all taking that design because it looks so sharp. As we come around the back, you got these beautiful LED taillights, and they look fantastic. I mean, they just finished the car off, I think, in the back end. A lot of companies forget how the car looks from the rear, but Nissan did not on this one. Now, let's pop this because it does have a remote tailgate. And then you can see on the inside here, we've got those all seasons all bagged up for you on the Nissan wheels. We've got the carpeted mats because this one also has rubber floor mats. And let's see, they're open, perfect. But have a look. So you've got your 20-inch, that's right, 20-inch all-season tires with alloy wheels here in the back, just waiting for you, waiting for that summertime. Oh, but I don't think it's gonna be for a while. Ooh, so cold. All right, let's keep going around. And as I'm doing these, I am also looking for any dings, dents, scratches that I can find on the vehicle to point that out because it's a used car, even though it's a 2018. You never know. Sometimes some things happen. But so far, so good. Everything is looking very nice on this one. Now, as we come around the front, I want to point out it does have the nice LED accent daytime running lights, but also on the Platinum model, these headlights are LED headlights, which are the super bright white lights that you get at nighttime on the higher end stuff like Benz and Porsche and stuff like that. The LED headlights also come on this Nissan Murano. Now over here, you can see right under the logo there's a camera because the Nissan Murano features an around view camera, which I'll show you when we get inside the car. but there's actually 4 cameras on the vehicle. One in the front, one in the rear, and then one right underneath here on both side view mirrors. And what that allows us to do is give you a top-down view for parking, which is really slick. Now, there's not much to show you back here because we have some tires. But what I do want to point out is that that big panoramic sunroof comes all the way to the back, gives you a fantastic view. And in the rear, we have heated seats in the back, driver side and passenger side heated seats, and a USB outlet here. So that way you can plug in your iPads, your tablets, your cell phones, whatever you have back here to keep the kids entertained. It can be powered up, and it also plays the audio through this USB outlet too. So if the kids want to listen to whatever they're listening to through the speakers of the Murano, you can do that as well. And then you've got this little slot here, which is actually designed to hold the tablet or an iPad, so that way kids in the back, or adults, I should say, adults too, can watch whatever they want to watch and have the tablet stand up here, so it's kind of like a hands-free design. There's also this same slot on the armrest, which is on the center of the seat here. There's an armrest that folds down with a cup holder, and you have the exact same slot there, so that way you can stand up a tablet there if you wanted to use it there. As we move into the front seats, you've got, again, that beautiful panoramic sunroof. This portion of the sunroof tilts up and or slides all the way back, and then that back glass there is stationary, but gives you a lot of light, as you can see. And then you've got these beautiful black leather seats in fantastic condition. This is a one-owner vehicle, non-smoker, no odors. Smells great, actually. It's almost like a new car, really. But it's in great condition. The leather's in great condition. You can see here it's got that nice contrast stitching. And then one of my favorite features on the seats is just this little contrast of this insert here and the one on the other side there. But it looks really, really nice. And then you've got the perforated seats down the center there. They are a power driver seat as well as a power passenger seat in the Platinum, hooked up to a memory seating here, driver 1 and driver 2, but best of all, you've got a power tilt and telescopic steering wheel. So not only the seats, but the steering wheel and the side view mirrors are all hooked up to that memory system, so that way when you get in, driver 1 or driver 2, all of those will go back to your setting. And it also has entry exit assist, which means when you get out of the car, steering wheel goes up, seat goes all the way back, so that way if the next driver getting in is a little bit taller, they're not kind of trying to get in with a really scrunched up seat. One of our salespersons here, she's like 5 foot tall. Anytime I get into her car, it's like trying to get into a jigsaw puzzle because she's so short. But you won't have that problem with this vehicle here. So now that we're inside and we use that remote start, we're going to go ahead and actually start the vehicle. And now everything's active, the radio system. And now, did you hear that fan speed dropped way down? That's because the climate control is kind of dialing itself back. I'm going to dial it way back so that way you can hear me because the fan's a little loud. But that's the climate control system there, which we'll talk about in just a second. Over here, you've got your heated steering wheel switch and your power tailgate switch, but the heated steering wheel, this activates with the remote start, and oh my gosh, it heats up, honestly. In about 15-20 seconds, the wheel starts to get nice and warm. You don't really need to wear gloves because when you hop in, that steering wheel is good to go, and your hands stay nice and warm. So it's a great, great feature. If you haven't had one before, you'll absolutely love it. The LED headlights are all automatic here, as you can see. Leave it on the auto setting. They'll shut on, shut off, or turn on when they need to. And then on the steering wheel here, we've got your Bluetooth and your voice commands, as well as this toggle up and down. And then these buttons here, and what those two buttons combination, what they do is this center display right up here that's called the advanced driver display. And what it does is you can see it goes through a variety of different outputs, readings, settings, etc. And it's all right in front of you, right in that dash. And the advantage to that, obviously, is that when you're driving, it's just a quick glance down to see what's going on, and then you're back up here. Rather than some other makes, which you have to go through the settings over here to figure out what's going on, everything's nice and centrally located right here in that dash. And as you can see, it's a nice big color screen. And as you flip through, everything's right there for you. Your navigation, your audio, tire pressure monitor, what have you, it's all right there. Over here on the other side, we have your cruise control, but this is a little bit different cruise because this is intelligent cruise control. And what that means is that this cruise control is specifically designed for highway driving and a relaxed highway driving experience. What I mean by that is, if you're driving it and you've got your cruise control set to say 120, like most people, right? You're in the left-hand lane, and what always happens is a car that is approaching and it's doing 110, and you're going, oh my gosh, like, come on, get out of the way, bud, right? And they're not driving fast enough, and what do you got to do? You got to get on the brakes, you got to wait for the car to move, etc., etc. Well, with intelligent cruise control, you actually can set the distance or the kind of the braking speed, and it's going to see with that radar box, just like the Ford emergency radar box, it knows that that car is too slow. So the Murano will match the speed of the car, wait for it to get out of the way, and then it'll go back up to that cruising speed you had it set at. So that can all be controlled right here. Again, this isn't for distance, it's more of a braking speed, and it's extremely hard to explain, but once you're in the car and you turn the cruise control on and you'll see the three different settings here, it's kind of like slow, medium, fast, you'll kind of find the one that you prefer to keep kind of that safe distance and safe braking speed ahead of you. But really, really cool system. If you are a highway driver, oh my gosh, yeah, you're just going to love it. It will change the way that you drive on the highway because it's so fantastic. Moving over here, now let's talk about the infotainment system because we have some absolute fantastic options here. So we've got the menu system, and what I want to show you here is this is your home screen, and all these icons here are all fully customizable. So you can change the previous destinations, you could change that to your phone book, or you could change that to address book, or you could change it to radio station. You can adjust all of these to whatever you prefer in the system, and it's just like a tablet. See how I swipe? And everything kind of keeps swiping, right? So all of these icons that we see here can all be customized to whatever you like within the system. Now, let's go to the map because the map is also great. Obviously, the touchscreen navigation system, and it's just like your iPad or your tablet. It is a pinch to zoom, so you can zoom in, zoom out that way. And then when we go to audio, check out all the sources. You've got AM, FM, Sirius satellite radio, CD, USB 1, which is the USB up here, USB 2, which is the one that's in the armrest, or pardon me, in the rear. You have Bluetooth audio, so if you have Google Play or YouTube audio or Amazon or, oh my gosh, there's Spotify, there's so many different streaming services now. But if you have any of that, you can use that with your Bluetooth phone all wirelessly or stream music right from your phone if you have it downloaded. And then you have auxiliary input as well. Now, the best part about all this is if you don't want to use touchscreen, some people are a little bit, oh, I don't like touchscreen. You still have all the buttons over here on the left and the right to use most of the features on the system. So you've kind of got the best of both worlds. Now, let's go to the camera button. And as you can see, when I hit the camera button, it gives you the front camera view looking at the store, right? Now, where that is extremely helpful is when you're driving, if you're in a parking lot, and I think the camera activates at 10 kilometers an hour, you can push that camera button. And when you push the camera button, it gives you the front view. So that way you can go and park and get as close to the car or whatever you have in front of you without bumping into it. So all those stupid little half cement barrier things, you can push the camera button, you're not going to bump it, you're not going to scrape your front bumper. Really, really slick. And then you can see over here, that's the top-down view of the Murano. I kind of parked across a bunch of different lines right now. And you can see, obviously, if we were trying to park inside the lines, you could get that Murano lined up real nice and straight. And you kind of look like an amazing parker. Now, when I put the car in reverse, it activates the reverse camera. Oops, touch the screen and you can make adjustments on the screen. But you've got that reverse camera, so obviously when you're backing up, you don't bump into stuff. And if you're reverse parking into the garage or whatever the case, you can park in there without bumping things as well. So a nice, cool, slick camera system from Nissan. Down here we have the dual zone climate control. Driver and passenger temperatures are independent, as you can see here. And then when you push auto, just like a thermostat in your house, it'll get the temperature up to where it needs to be, dial back the fan speed and keep it there consistently so you're nice and comfy. As I move down here, you've got your push button start, your USB and auxiliary input, and a 12-volt charger there. And that's new for 18. They've actually moved some buttons. It used to be the heated and cooled seat controls were there, but now they've moved them. And they have moved them just down to here, which is actually a little bit more traditional setting. Most of them are here in the Nissan product. So they moved them back here, but you can see you have driver, passenger, heated and cooled seats. And they're on this dial. And what's particularly nice about the dial is in the summertime, if you're using the cooled seat option and you leave it on that, when you get out of the car, when you go to restart it, if you use the remote starter, remote start the car, the cooled seats will turn on, getting that leather nice and cold so you don't have a white hot butt when you hop into the car, which is pretty smart. I think that's a much better idea. Another thing for 18 that they changed, they used to have a little kind of flip open thing here where you would have the USB and auxiliary, and I think the idea was to put your phone there. Not as practical because a lot of phones are getting bigger, so it was kind of getting stuck in the way. So now they've moved that portion up to here with the USB right there, obviously. So that's pretty cool. I like how they've changed that for 18. Oh, another thing I forgot to tell you, pardon me, for 2018, the audio system is now Android Auto and Apple CarPlay compatible. So a whole big game changer. I wish I could plug in my phone and show you, but what you do is you plug in your cell phone through the USB cord, and this whole screen, this whole interface changes, and now goes to, if you're Android, Google kind of services, or if you're Apple, goes to Siri kind of services. It's all voice activated, and it is absolutely a game changer. I had no idea about this until I drove a Murano, plugged my phone in to charge it, and all of a sudden the whole screen changed. I'm like, what the heck? And I realized, oh, this is Android Auto. And I started fooling around with it, and then everything is voice activated. Like everything. It is so cool. So if you're an Android or Apple user and you're kind of geeky, you will love that. It is a really, really cool feature to have on the vehicle. Just giving you kind of a tour of the inside. You've got that nice brushed aluminum trim that kind of flows all the way down to the doors. Looks really, really sharp. Again, the seats are in great condition. And one thing I totally forgot to talk about was a pretty simple one, but it does have blind spot warning. So you can see here there is a orange amber light that will light up if there's someone in your blind spot. And then if you actually go to make a lane change, it will beep at you saying, hey, don't do that. That's a bad idea. So that is another nice safety feature on the vehicle. You've got this dual armrest pad with the brushed aluminum trim that goes all the way through it. And then you have a couple trays in here for your junk storage, things like that. Nice big armrest and an absolutely fantastic interior. Guys, my name is Skinny. I love working at Coboug Nissan. You're going to love buying here, and this is a fantastic find. This Murano only has 12,835 kilometers on it. It's got winter tires. It's got winter alloy wheels, which look amazing. And then you've got the 20-inch factory wheels in the back with all-season tires on it. So, I mean, a great find. You are ready to go right from when you pick this up. It's got great kilometers, no accident history, one owner. It's a fantastic find, and it's got all these luxury features and all these advanced safety features. What's not to love? So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're shopping from out of town, not to worry, we have you covered. We have free delivery practically right across Ontario. So Kingston, Niagara, St. Catharines, drawing a blank, Peterborough, wherever you are, pretty much anywhere in Ontario, I can deliver this car to you free of charge. And even if you have a trade-in, send us an email, give us a call. We'll go through all the steps. We can appraise your trade-in right over email and some phone calls and some pictures, and really, really simple service that we have. It's 2018, guys. If we can't do that, I mean, come on. We make it as simple as we can to buy a car here. You'll love the experience. So give us a shot. Even if you're from out of town, let's try it, and we'll go through the whole thing for you, make it really simple, just like Amazon, almost like a buy now button. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and some lucky person is going to take home this practically new Nissan Murano ready to go for winter. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.